lot of people have a lot to do, and I'm going to tell you a lot of things that you guys should be doing. Jamie Lynn, do you want to give it about 30 more seconds? I see people are jumping on.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give it a few more
seconds. Okay.
A few more seconds.
Raise your hand if you're aware that something big is coming tomorrow morning. Anybody else aware of it? Awesome. Anybody excited about it? All right. You're going to hear some secret stuff on this call. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. All right. All right. All right, guys. Well, let me start. Let's get started. Is Renee on? I don't see Renee yet. She's finishing up her other call. All right. Very good. Well, guys, Jamie, do you want to record?
We are in record mode. Yes.
We're on record mode. Awesome. Well, hello, everybody. So excited that you guys are all jumping in with us today. It is an exciting, extraordinarily exciting week. If you've been here before for a seasonal shake drop, raise your hand. If you've never been here for a seasonal shake drop, raise your hand. Never been here for one. Okay, awesome. Well, there's some new people. So here's what this typically means. Seasonal shake drops, once they're gone, they're gone. And you guys, some of you know that I'm on the field advisory board. So I have a little bit of visibility into inventory and into what's coming and what we're anticipating. And so I wish I could have somebody post in the chat. I posted in my builders page a text dialogue with Kathy Coover. And so I asked Kathy, is it true that tomorrow when we release the caramel latte Isoline Pro, first ever time in canisters, is it true, Kathy, that there are only 60,000 canisters in production? Guys, it's true. There's only 60,000 canisters in production. You know what's one of the suckiest feelings in the whole world? You missing out on it. You know what the second suckiest is? Your team missing out on it. You know what is an awesome, awesome thing to do? Tomorrow morning, you are going to get up and you're going to check your Isopulse. If you don't have the Isopulse app, get it. Get the Isopulse app, okay? Isopulse app, you're going to be able to check your own cycles on the go. This is just an app. You log in. Isopulse app will show you your cycles, and you can manage what cycle growth looks like throughout the day. Jamie Lynn will probably cycle more than Lance Armstrong as we go throughout the day because people wisely will want to get their hands on the shake. Guess who doesn't get their hands on the shake? The people who don't know about it. And it's a crime. It's a big responsibility. In all honesty, I'm here. I had a late shake. I've got an e-shot on board because I know I have to stay up because I took personal responsibility for a lot of people to find out about the shake. Because here's the thing with Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg's making it more difficult for people to see our posts, right? And so here's what it means. You can't just post and pray. In the same way that this business, you can't post and pray, especially what social media has happened. I'm going to talk tonight about what I see, where I see room and opportunity for you to have one of the most successful weeks in your Isagenix career. Is anybody interested in making more money this week, impacting more lives than they ever have in Isagenix? Okay, I am. So I'm going to talk to you. And even if you're not interested in those things, you can humor me and we can stay together. So here's what I will tell you. You know it's a limited supply. If Kathy Coover herself is predicting a quick sellout, it is the truth. And Jamie Lynn, I showed you the text, right? Kathy said people are going to love it. They loved mocha. They love mocha. They love salted caramel. They love Isoline Pro. Okay, so here's what you're going to battle against. People need a personal invitation. They need to know about it because a post does nothing for me. How many times have you all driven down a highway, driven past a billboard? I personally look at this billboard for Zoom teeth whitening, and every time I drive by, I go, I should call them. I'm interested in knowing more about that. How many times have I called them? 0. But I look at the billboard and I appreciate that. People are going to appreciate the fact that there's a caramel latte shake that's available. They're going to keep appreciating it until the second post from you comes and it says sold out, missed out. Unfortunately, that's terrible. Don't let people miss out. So here's what we need to do. So what I do is I go to my back office. Here's the steps. In case you don't know, I'm going to talk to you like you've never done this before. You're going to log into your back office. You're going to go to the top and you're going to go to team, view placement tree. Then at there's a first rectangle. There's a little rectangle inside that rectangle and it says personally enrolled details. Where I look at my team is I literally will organize it by join date. You can organize it by anything. When I'm working with people to rank advance, I organize it by BV ordered in the last 30 days. So we know who's engaged. But in this example, you can do one of two things. There are people who send a different message to the people who are inactive than they send to the people that are currently ordering. I personally send a similar message to all of those people, but here's what I believe are the key. So number one, you've got to send the messages. And for me, that means I'm going to stay up late tonight and I'm going to send messages to people and let them know you better check the page. We'll put up a notice when it's live, but check the page. Where I think you can have the most effectiveness in messages is to include an image. We're visual creatures. I think we miss the mark when we don't. If text is one thing, but a sexy looking shake that looks delicious, has some coffee beans scattered. There's some awesome, amazing images that corporate created that people on this team have created. Use an image with your message. I will send a message to people and I will let them know a couple of things. I will let them know it will sell out quickly. Do not wait. So I'm going to create some urgency in my message. I'm going to let them know that if they order 6 of anything, they get a 10% discount. And that's always, right? Lynn Hagedorn sent me a text today and said that someone on her team tried to do Isoline Pro and Isoline and was able to get the discount. I am not sure, and she wasn't either, but no problem. I wasn't sure. Let's just see if that works. Okay, so who knows? People might be able to order 3 of the caramel latte and 3 chocolate Isoline as an example and get a 10% discount. Also, I am going to potentially let them know about use cases. So people are going to say to you, well, wait, I only use Isoline. What do I do? There's an amazing article. If you Google on isagenixhealth.net, which should be that is the Google of Isagenix. When people ask me questions and they have not first used isagenixhealth.net, I don't know what to tell them except GTS, which is Google that stuff. And in this case, it's IHTS. Isagenix Health, that stuff. I'm not Google, okay? So what I want to tell you is isagenixhealth.net, amazing article that tells people from Isagenix when to use Isoline Pro, Isoline, or Isopro, okay? And it's I might make suggestions. So I would tell people, hey, these are going to be amazing in protein balls. Are you joking me how delicious these would be? This would be amazing because it's in a canister to add 1 scoop of this and 1 scoop of chocolate and vanilla. This would be incredible for your kids to just take a half of a shake that are your 18-year-old athletes. Maybe they want a half of a shake when they get home from practice before dinner. You know, these football players, like our neighbors, they're twins and they're 18 and they're really hardy boys and they're starving. Okay, awesome. Wouldn't it be cool to have this delicious shake for them? So those are some things that I would tell people about how to use the shakes. Always, always including a visual. This is an amazing week, guys, to reactivate people who've been inactive. The calendar aligns perfectly with what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is get people back ready and focused on themselves. And what do a lot of people have coming up? Spring break, summer, vacations. They're thinking about, okay, the doldrums of winter have led me to believe that I should focus on myself again. And so this is perfectly timed from where a lot of people are thinking. The other thing I'll tell you is I think a lot of people hesitate and they say, well, I'm not going to reach out to Jen because she didn't have a great experience with the system. Guys, the system works. My experience with, I think there's almost 35,000 people on our team. Here's my experience. Isagenix works. A lot of times the timing is not right for people. I've had people return and then come back and go Crystal Executive because it's not the products generally, it's the timing of the person. And so you may send a message to someone who returned and they might go, okay, that shake sounds awesome. It's just like I felt the cleanse days weren't for me. Or maybe let's be honest with ourselves. Like I could be a crappy coach, or I could have been a crappy coach to them then. It wasn't a good time in my life for reaching out to them. So my point to you is reach out to everyone. Everyone deserves to know about it. They can say no. Now there are apps that you use. I think Jamie, I think Renee and I use Hit 'em Up. I believe, this is me, and you guys can totally have a different opinion. I believe people respond to me more on text message than Facebook Messenger. So here's what I'm doing. I'm writing to everyone of my personally enrolled and my husband's personally enrolled. And then I'm going another layer where there's a lot of people who are orphaned in Isagenix. What I mean by that is that the person that got them started is no longer involved. So I try to let them know as well. What I'll also do is I'll post on my public page. So I don't rely on that as a strategy, but I will post on my public page. And what I've done in the past is I've said things like one post that worked well, feel free to use it, is who of my friends here has never tried nutritional cleansing with Isagenix? If you have never, write me, comment me below. Okay. And I'm going to give you a soon to be sold out limited edition shake. I'm going to reward someone with someone. Now, compliance is tight. So you guys know that you cannot post like a special discount, a special offer that is associated with a behavior that equals a purchase. For example, I can't post to go, I'm going to give everyone who purchases today Lululemon pants and $50. You can't do that because it's considered coercion, right? It's considered an unfair advantage. So you can't do that. But I was talking to Eric about this today, and I said, I can do a contest all day long that has nothing to do with a purchase, right? I'm just asking who's never tried. I can give you all day long. I can give you something. So someone's saying they can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear? Okay, awesome. So what I will tell you is I'm going to put up some fun posts. And you know what posts like that do? Engagement posts on a day like that. It draws out of the woodwork people who you had no idea are watching you, and they are. People love a free gift, and they like to give their opinion. Okay, so that's what I think that you will know is tomorrow's a great day for posts that are either a raise your hand or an opinion post. An opinion post might be, I've done things like, the other day I did one that said, if you only had an hour to work out, would you do cardio or lift weights? And then the asterisk said, not asking for a friend. There were so many comments on it. And frankly, it's the coolest information because I love seeing what people say. You want to have a lot of opinions? I want to buy a vacuum cleaner. Should I get a Dyson or a Shark? People will come out of the woodwork to tell you which to purchase. Okay. Tomorrow is a great day for that. Actually, even tonight is a good night for it because guess what it does? From someone who had a social media technology company, trust me, it resets the deck of the algorithm of people seeing your posts. And for me, even more fun are the people who are seeing my posts that I had no idea. People are watching you that you have no idea that are. So what I do when I have extra time, and you guys aren't probably going to have extra time because you're going to be messaging all your current customers, but just a bonus tip, I like to message people who engage with a post or even who like a post, especially when where I'm vulnerable. Last night I posted about talking just a little bit about like this dark period of depression that I had gone through. And a lot of people like said made nice comments or even liked it or loved it. Right. And I like to reach out to these people and just go, thank you so much for always supporting me. Thank you for always being there and like engaging with my posts and supporting a lot of my nonsense. So you support the serious ones and you support the nonsensical ones. And I appreciate you for both of those things. So I like to engage with people. Another thing, guys, that resets the algorithm. If you didn't do birthday messages yet this morning, do them right now when we get off. Make that your first priority. Not that you don't know that many people that were born today. Do that really quickly. Another thing that resets the algorithm. Okay. Now, here's the really important thing. One of the ways that, if you want to know how we made $1 million in this company in 2 years and 2 months, 26 months, why? Because what we did was the mundane. I really enjoyed the mundane, or at least I convinced myself to enjoy that until it got to be really fun. So the mundane is looking through back office reports. And you need to find out how we can draw out belief and get people paid the most this week. This is a massive week for rank advancing your team. What does that do? Not only does it give people the massive belief, when I can, get Susie a major payout this week, what does that do? It doesn't just mean a lot to Susie. It doesn't mean that she can pay her and her husband's car payment, but it reminds her what's possible in this company. It reminds her that she can grab a 5-cycle bonus plus 5 cycles and make at least $520. That's a lot of money in a week. That is a big deal. But a lot of people have no idea what that even means. They don't know they're close. So what I do is I look at everyone who's been a consultant last week for a full week. And I go through and I look at how we could get them the 5-cycle bonus. You're going to see, like I looked at volume tonight to show you guys an example. And I was like, oh, people look like this looks far off. It won't look like this tomorrow night. It'll look different if people are doing what we're talking about, right? Because people are going to buy that shake. They're going to buy it a lot because scarcity. We kept our seasonal shakes, and the Field Advisor Board knows, and we've kind of made adjustments there. Scarcity creates action and urgency. And this will create action and urgency. And you guys just need to pass that along. It's going to sell out. So what I will do is I will go through and I will say to people, we can grab you the 5-cycle bonus. You get it twice in this company. When you have 5 cycles, you earn $250 bonus on top of your cycles. For people that have been manager, they can get to the 1-star bonus. That's another $500. You can earn it twice. There are people that have been director, they can get the 2-star bonus. So you have to have been it for the full week last week. The 2-star bonus is $1,000. And for the executives, I want to push as many people as possible to 3-star bonus. 3-star bonus is a $1,500 extra bonus. And it's a big deal. Now, here are the things that I really want you to know is that you need to go into your downline, and sometimes you might have to go deep. But can you imagine what happens when we start reaching down and reshuffling the deck at our levels that are deep from us, and we start saying, you could get the 5-cycle bonus, you could get 1-star, you could get to consultant, you could hit director this week. Crystal Director bonus right now is probably about, if you really do the math, you're looking at $2,000. I don't know if Jennifer Bourgeois is on this call, but she's like 2 ISA Delights away from hitting Crystal Director today. Ann White, I don't know if Ann and Jim are on the call, but they just hit Crystal Executive today. What it means, confirmed from VIP customer service, I wanted to make sure, guys, when you have someone, if you have anybody that's even close to director or executive, if they hit it by midnight Eastern time tonight on a Monday, they get to count this as their full week. So for next week, right? But that means that they're playing in the bonus pools this full week. Does that make sense to everybody? So I literally am so excited that, Ann and Jim pushed to hit it by tonight before the deadline. Jennifer Bourgeois, you'll hit it before the deadline. Why does that matter? Okay, so not only then in this week, anybody who's hit director is a director right now. We said when we were advertising this call that we're going to talk a little bit about the pools. And I'm not going to do a ton of training on this, but what I want to tell you are a couple things that people don't know about the pools. The pools add a lot of money to your monthly income. And people say, like, how are these people earning so much in a month? They'll tell you Tanya Kirkpatrick's biggest month. And you're like, holy cow, how many cycles did she earn? $269,000 was her biggest month. How did she do it? Well, a lot of that money is pool money. So the pools, it's why I stress to people, you want to build longevity, you want to build big, rank advance. It's a big deal. In the director pools, when you hit, you get to participate in the director pools for 3 months. So when you hit, you can't fall out. There is no falling out. Director gets 3 months and the clock starts when you hit it. And you get to participate, and you can max out the director pools and you can earn $2,500 in those pools. And we can talk about that. But the biggest thing I want you to know, if you're not familiar with them, is you're going to go to reports, the business report option at the very bottom. It's going to show you your director leadership pool report current month. Okay. Everything. You guys already know this. If you're already managing with your leader in action worksheet, which please, if you want growth in this company, I think everyone is seeing that is the holy grail. Use your leader in action worksheet, but you're going to have to know your benchmark if you're using it. So the director leadership pool current month, it's going to tell you your benchmark. The benchmark is everything. So the benchmark is where you must hit your benchmark. Your goal is to get as many cycles above your benchmark as possible. This is a great week for going above your benchmark. The same exact thing when you're executive, except for the executive. Once you hit executive, you can participate for 6 months. There are 6 concurrent months. And when you're out of that pool, the next time you can participate in the pools is in the 2-star pools. Okay. So, and the 2-star pools, there's no time frame for the 2-star pools. You're in the 2-star pools for life. But in the executive pools, the executive 1-star pools, you can earn another $5,000 when you max them out. And the director and those executive pools, the way that you make money is by increasing your personal cycles. So the amount of, so imagine that they take the benchmark is the average of your cycles looking back over the past 13 weeks. So they look over the 13 weeks and they go, awesome. You know what, John, your benchmark is 2. Great. That's what tells us that every week we want at least 2. I want you to have over 2. So let's say that in week 1, you cycle 3 times. That means you're 1 above benchmark. And that's how you earn shares in the pools. A lot of people don't realize because they go, what does that mean? I earned 10 shares in the pool. How much did I earn? It's a little bit deflating because I don't know how much you earned exactly until they release the share value for those pools. They release it because Jim and Kathy put aside a certain amount of money and they divide it among the people who qualify in those pools. So a couple months ago, the executive pools were worth $218 a share. Guys, that's a lot of money. So if you had 10 shares, you'd make $2,180, $2,180 above your cycles, your PIBs, your consultant bonuses, $2,180. And the director and the executive pools, you can participate in the same time. So like I remember Lauren Sims maxing them both out, making $2,500 in director and $5,000 in executive. But again, super important. And guess what? This is a fabulous week to rank advance because you're going to go to your people and you're going to say, guys, there's a shake drop. This is a massive volume week. You can do this. And so, you know, there's definitely, like for me, I personally show people two options of packs. Like you say to me, hey, I'm ready to do it. I go, awesome. There's a premium and a value pack. They're my highest recommendations. Here's what I need back from you. And it's all saved in my notes. And I said, well, here's what I need from you back. This is the only two packs. I personally don't share the basic 30-day unless it's a very rare instance. And guess what I found? It duplicates across our team. I can't think of an instance where, like, when we show the double PIBs, there aren't many 25s anymore. There used to be, because I started on a basic 30-day and so did all my girlfriends. And they started people on 30 days. But what I found is, I don't think it sets people up for success. They pay an extra $29 and they don't get a lot of products that I think they find value in. And I think the premium pack at a minimum creates retention. So I tell you that because those are great packs to get people set up for. But there are some people that go, listen, here's the deal. Caramel latte is my jam. I want to buy, if Renee's customer, Renee had some random person reach out to her and go, I want to buy 20 of those. Okay. Will I set you up with that? Yes. I will especially set you up with that. I want to help people rank advance. You want 20 caramel lattes because that's your jam? Let's do that. And so that's what I will tell you is while normally the premium pack, but I would set a new customer up with shakes. I would. Would you, Jamie Lynn? I would. And I would tell them, 2 shakes a day.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I feel like this week is so crucial for those people who are watching you, who aren't ready to commit to a full system or don't want to for whatever reason, but are so intrigued by this shake flavor. So it's absolutely the perfect time. If somebody wants to come on board with 10 or 20 canisters of shakes, like that's amazing.
So there's another idea, Jamie Lynn. Let me get your thoughts on it. So Jamie Lynn gave me an awesome idea. If you're local to my house, which is outside of Philadelphia, Jamie Lynn gave me a great idea. We're having a protein and Prosecco, totally copied from what she had done. And she told me that more people show up to your sip and sample if you serve alcohol. So listen, I follow the leader. She said, that's a good thing. I'm going to have alcohol and we're going to have another event. So what I would tell you is I think it's an awesome idea to just invite some friends over and go, hey guys, I'm going to have a shake sampling because I'm ordering this tomorrow. We personally will buy so much. It's ridiculous. And I'll get to that in a second, but we're going to have a shake sampling next week. Lauren Sims used to teach me about FOMO, the fear of missing out, right? So I have a shake sampling and people come over and they get to taste it, but it's already sold out. And the coolest thing is, hey, I'm going to let you taste some other shakes. This one's really good. The next one we have coming out, guys, I know what it is. People are going to go, if you think people are going bananas for this one, they're going to go utterly bonkers for the next one. So what I will tell people is, here's the deal. Come over. And if you want to know about FOMO, let me let you taste some of this awesome shake. Now, why will we personally buy so much? So here's what happens. You guys all know about the black market. So the black market means that people right now would, like if I had extra mocha or cookies and cream, people would probably they'd definitely offer maybe, I don't know about like their child, but definitely a kidney. Kidney would be like not even a thought. I'm in on the kidney if you have cookies and cream and mocha, right? And so here's what happens is they become great incentives for your team. If I had mocha right now, I would do an incentive and people would be like, I will do whatever it takes. I will stay up late and roll so many people because I want to get some mocha. So those are awesome incentives. And I remember when Holly and Joel first started, I remember them winning a bunch of different flavors that you couldn't get. right? Didn't you guys win some flavors and you like them? And then like that just creates like, it just makes people feel part of a culture. Imagine you have a rock star come on and everybody and their brother is trying to get a hold of caramel latte and no one can. And you go, you know what? I'm going to send you a canister of this and you can see like how awesome our seasonal shakes are. Having that on hand makes you a leader. Having extra on hand means that if somebody really comes through in a clutch and they go, I am dying to have some of that, I can spare a canister. I mean, we bought like 12. We're good. I learned a trick today, and Renee told me this is really true, that if you want to order more than 10, I think they're going to set the limit at 10, and you can do retail wholesale. Those mean nothing. So you can actually hold that down. If you want to buy more than 10, that will work, according to Renee. Resale and wholesale. Thank you, Renee. We like a good hack or be a little crazy at the system, but that's how you do it. And I think that the seasonal shake is just something that is going to be so exciting, and you can monitor how it's doing through Isopulse. And I will tell you, I write down in the morning, like, this is how many cycles, or write it down right now. It's how many cycles I have. And then set an intention. How many cycles do you want to have? Where do you want to go? It's going to be an epic week. And here's when you're going to be really excited. So today's the 18th. So on in 2 weeks from now, the day that you get the pay and you open up the email and it clicks from Isagenix, it says congratulations, you've earned a commission from Isagenix, and you look at the amount and you go, oh my gosh. And it's one you want to screenshot. It's one you want to send out to your significant other, your best friend, everybody who told you couldn't make money in Isagenix, because it's going to be that good. But I'm going to wrap up because I want you guys to be able to send out some messages tonight. And then I'll get out to I think all the leaders have an example. I think I stole something from Renee. So Jamie Lynn, if you and Lauren, Renee, we can all share what we're sending to people. If you want to use Hit 'em Up app, that's a great way to do it. You go in your back office and you just text out people and just let them know that it's coming tomorrow morning. And my goal is for you guys to literally have not only the best cycle week, but for as many people as possible to grab the Crystal Director Reset. It's conceivable, guys, that people hitting Crystal Director this week, that's approximately $2,000 to make that happen for most people. It's conceivable you guys could have a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 week. Is that good money? I think it's good money for the week, for just take some time right now and get really comfortable with the mundane. Because when people ask me, how did we make $1 million so fast? We fell in love with doing what it takes to create action in people, just to arouse urgency in people. And I get excited when people find out that they got 10 canisters and then a minute later the post goes up that it's sold out. And Eric Hoover comes on and does a quick video and says, like, guys, I'm sorry, it was the fastest shake to ever sell out. It almost broke the internet and your team got it. It's a cool feeling. When people start getting it and they go, oh my gosh, this is delicious. So I will tell you, it is the time to create confidence in yourself again, to say this compensation plan is awesome. And people are going to come on and they're going to start rebuying and re-energizing. And you might be like me. You might have someone who returned or who was like, fell off the Isagenix wagon, stopped sharing, life happened, they got detoured. You might have somebody come back and go, this is fun again. It's time for me to go for it. And their confidence was renewed because of a shake drop. I'm super excited about it, guys. Let's get really good at the mundane. And I will tell you, some big, big things are coming. All right.
Awesome, Jess. That was amazing. Thank you for dropping those nuggets there. I will tell you, I've been sending out messages since I put my kids to sleep, and the conversation back and forth with people who are excited about it is awesome. And I took a tip from, I think Nicole shared it with us today. I also put in a little blurb about like talking about the isobiome a little bit. And it's been a great conversation starter with people who haven't ordered it yet. So I think I shared it with you guys already, but I'll share it with all the leaders and you guys can kind of take from it whatever you like. But let's make it the best week possible for everybody, guys. Thanks, Jess. This was awesome.
Got it, guys. Have an awesome night, everybody.
Good night, guys.